I am Juan Garcia Valledor, General Manager for Global Resources. We are an exploration company based in Spain, and we are doing exploration for mainly copper, tin, and gold.
How are you, Juan? Good to see you. Last time I saw you, I was standing sweating in the middle of outside Sevilla, but it's been a bit of a different year this year. A lot of water.
Yes, thank you for having me here. Yes, this year has been especially rainy in the area, which is somehow disturbing our operation because it's making more difficult for us to move into the field with the drill rigs, etc. But well, we are managing with that.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about it in a second, but let's remind people of who you are and where you've been and sort of and why you're here, so if you don't mind.
Okay, why not? I am a mining engineer. I started my career in Oviedo, north of Spain, and I have been working for all my career in mining, in open pit mining especially, in projects coming from the operational part to the development, even to the closure. So I have covered almost all the stages in mining, and now I am in an exploration company, which was the stage I was missing. So it's perfect for me, my development and my experience.
But you were at Rio for a while. That must be a very different sort of working environment compared to junior exploration.
Yes, you're right. I spent almost 20 years in a company belonging to Rio Tinto. Yeah. So well, the experience you get about the way a big company works is much different than that from a small one, but it's good for you to apply the things you have learned in daily experience.
Yeah, you must have to be, I guess, more entrepreneurial now because you're a bit more agile. You got the flexibility. The decision-making time frame must be a lot shorter.
Yes, we are a short team. We have to do a lot of things with few people, and of course you have to manage that carefully. But I think I have a very good team, and I'm proud of that. Yeah. And we are dealing with all our work, no problem.
Good. Right, junior exploration, it's tough. It's tough when the markets aren't kind of on side, but they seem to be there, definitely for gold. You got some of that. Copper seems to be a flavour of the month again, and you've definitely got that, and we've got the tin component. So why don't we kind of run through the various projects, because there's kind of sort of five active targets that you're working on. Should we start up at Cármenes? Did I say that right?
Yeah, right. Okay. Very good. Very good. Cármenes is our last, but not less important project in the north of Spain. Yeah. We are in the province of León, and we are working in an area where there were a couple of old mines, mining for copper and cobalt. And we have been doing a lot of work there. We have done a helicopter survey. We have done a lot of field geology, field geochemistry. And we have found out that there is gold in it, something that has not been mined or detected in the past. Yeah. And we are really excited by that. We have tested up to more than 20 grams per ton in soil samples, which is crazy. And we are now drilling and waiting for the results, really with a lot of excitation.
We've got gold, we've got copper.
Yes, of course. We have copper.
We're a copper company, right?
We are a copper company. Copper is, let's say, our first lead, but if we find different things, of course, we're profiting that. We did with that with the tin in the south. We will talk later. And with the gold, we have found also we have copper, we have cobalt, we have gold, so we are really...
Talk about some of the grades we're finding in the sorts of intervals that you're around and your expectations of what you're going to do this year.
The expectations you mean in terms of timing?
Yeah, like I say, obviously today you've been working up there since the end of last year.
We started end of last year. We did all the field work. Yeah. And we started drilling this year. We were stopped by snow for some time, so it has been a bit difficult to start. Yeah. And in fact, we are a bit delayed in our plan for this year because of mainly of the weather.
Right. Okay.
Both in the south and in the north.
Wow. So but what are you seeing up there in terms of with gold grades and even the copper? Just give an indication of the potential.
Yeah. The gold grades, especially, we have done a sample in channel in an adit. There are some old galleries still remaining there from the old operation, and we have tested that as if it was a core drill, because we have tested with a saw, taking core material and testing that. For 37 meters, we have found an average of over 3 grams of gold, which is a lot. The end of the gallery, they have ended in the zone we believe is the best, and it was about over 6 grams of gold. So it's really encouraging, really interesting. And copper grades are also very, very, very nice. So
like what?
I don't have now in mind the numbers, but the copper grades are really really interesting there.
Yeah.
And
so in terms of contained metal, like it could be it's got good potential for you at the moment.
Yes, for sure.
So explain to me what the process. I know you're slightly delayed by weather, etc. Snow, rain, whatever. It doesn't sound like Spain at all. What are you planning to do for the rest of this year? What have you got in store?
Well, now what we are doing is drilling the Providencia target, which is the first we have started to drill. We are waiting for the assays, so we don't have results. We expect them to be good, as I tell you, but once we have that, if the results are good and the potential we see is really, really important, which we expect, we will define our drilling campaign for the future. The forecast we had was doing a number of drills in that area, but not expanding the drilling. But if there is, if there is a discovery, things change, planning change, and you have to adapt to that.
And and then what about Profunda as well?
Profunda is the second target we have there. We have done also sampling there. We have copper over 5% in some samples there. So that's.
How far apart are they from each other?
Far, something like 1 or 2 kilometers.
Oh, so
they're really close.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, we have done. We are working in those 2 old mines because they are accessible, and we know that there has been operation there, so there is ore, there is mineral. But we have done a helicopter survey of all the area we have, all the permits we have in the area, and we have found that there are more potential places that we have to test. So in the mid-long term, I'm sure we are going to work a lot in that area, testing all the targets.
But what are you splitting the team between north and south? Escacina, Cármenes.
It's not easy. We are moving the team from north to south. We are moving our operators. We are moving our geologists because we have now 2 drill rigs working. One in Cármenes and one in Escacena, and we need to keep everything flowing.
But these obviously paved roads, towns. We're not building camps here, so it's relatively easy. It's just the time to drive.
Yeah, you're right. It's travel time. Yeah. And then the logistics in the area are good.
Easy.
You have places to live and to work, and we have a small shed there. We have adapted a big building for our operation, and it's quite nice with a lot of light to do the logging of the core, so we are happy with that.
Okay, I'm not seeing facilities up there. So between Providencia and Profunda, assays coming back, decisions to be made about allocation of resources, and when do you think you'll be in a position to make those sorts of decisions about allocating resources?
I think that with the plan we have, we will have to wait until summer.
Okay.
So to see how everything evolves, because you have these targets which are really attractive, but we have also new things in the Escacena project that also look very, very attractive and promising. So we will have to fulfill our plan. We had a plan of 7,000 meters of drilling for this year. We have accomplished roughly half, a bit more, over 3,000. So once we finish everything, we will have to decide and probably to go for more financing for the new.
Get after this. Well, I think the results up the north sound exciting. So that'll be hopefully a nice, easy decision for you on that one. And now, if we go down to Escacena, I'm going to go 3 core targets, right?
3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah, we
run through those for people new to the story.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Escacena, it's between Sevilla and Huelva provinces in the south of Spain. We have La Romana project, it's our flagship project. We have almost 190 drill holes made there. very good results. Defined ore body with copper, tin, a reasonable amount of tin, which is something not usual for this type of ore bodies in the area.
What are the other, I mean, obviously quite a few mines in there, quite a few big mines in the region. What are they hunting for? Is it copper?
Usually it's, copper or polymetallic.
Right. Is tin unusual?
No, tin is not usual at all.
Okay.
Tin in our case is something which was apparently before the copper arrived, let's say. There was a tin oxide deposit there. Right. And then it was invaded, let's say, by the copper. So now we have found a deposit which has a mix of copper sulfides and tin oxides. Right. We have done a detailed metallurgy on the deposit, and they are easily recoverable, both of them, with good recoveries. Right. And we are very happy.
So it isn't some like some pathfinder considering there's an economic, a viably economic contribution from the tin is possible because it is
sure.
Right. Okay.
Tin. We are depending on the prices, depending on the recoveries, but with the numbers we are managing today, we are between almost close to 20% value of the deposit will come from the tin.
Okay. So it's meaningful.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a good byproduct for sure. Now let's talk about how you're splitting up your time down there, because you got like say you've got 3.5 targets. So again, we know Romana because that was say flagship project, and then you sort of stepped out a bit. Got after a few other things. Maybe talk to people about those.
We have to complete the explanation. We have La Romana. We have a big target that we have been looking for long, which is Bravo. Bravo is east of La Romana. It's a big anomaly where we have always known about the big gravity anomaly. We did a big IP campaign with more than 18 kilometers of lines, and we have seen that there is also a chargeability anomaly in the same place. There is a lead and zinc soil anomaly on top, so everything is showing that there is something attractive. We have started to drill that. We have a campaign with 8 different drill holes. We haven't covered all the area, and we are trying to work on that, and we will publish the results once everything is done and we have seen what is there. But it's another attractive point that we are working on.
So it's going to say, it sounds like there's a lot more drilling to come, because the scale of the opportunity that you're seeing in front of you is large, which kind of is reflected with the the big mines around you as well. But at some point, the market's going to want you to sort of, well, how do you start bringing this together? How do we start hanging together the economics around something here? So in terms of what could a starter pit look like? What could a starter mine look like in that part of the world? How many tons are we talking?
In terms of our own strategy, we are thinking about giving enough volume to our assets so we can think of an own operation. That would be our ideal situation. Okay, so we are working in La Romana, which is a nice deposit, not world class, but it's good. We believe that Bravo can give another good option. Cañada Honda, which is the other I didn't talk about, is a copper and gold deposit that we have started also to drill. We need to continue because there was a difficulty with the access to part of the land that now we have solved. So we are going to continue there in some moment. And all together, they can make possibly a good story altogether to be different supplies for an operation. In terms of the difficulty or easiness of putting an operation there, we are probably in the best part of Spain to build a mine. So a lot of mining in operation, a lot of mining in development, the administration, the local regional administration in Andalusia.
Very is pro-mining.
The regional administration is pro-mining. They are developing new regulations to make the process shorter, more simple, to ease everything. The real local authorities, the mayor you met there, is really an old miner, and he's pro-mining. He wants to open the Grupo Mexico Los Frailes operation, which is in his village. And he also wants more mining from our side because it's giving value to the village, it's giving money to the area, it's giving employment. So it's really it's another thing in favor of our operation. And in general, now the European legislation, which Spain is also adapting. There is a new mining exploration plan that will be published by the Spanish government in the coming weeks, where we have participated to give our advice as exploration company. So we are proud of that. They have counted with us to give our advice, to give our opinion, to give suggestions of things to improve. So we expect that all this is making a good umbrella for us to develop a project in a reasonably short time.
But the other thing I noticed when I was down in Spain with you guys, you've assembled a mine building team. This isn't just an exploration team. You've got, including yourself, mine builders on board. So you're looking to the future.
Yeah, definitely. I joined the company probably because my experience and my training as mining engineer is giving a plus to all the knowledge we have in geology, which is very good. But there is another mining engineer, which is our directora facultativa is the name in Spanish, is kind of manager who is in relation with administration for all the paperwork, and it's a relevant figure in Spain. She's also a mining engineer. She has worked in most of the projects in the Iberian Pyrite Belt, so she's quite experienced. Álvaro Merino, our vice president of exploration, he's not only a geologist but also a mining engineer. So we have a very good combined experience in the team, together with the rest of geologists we have with senior and junior levels that make a really strong
it's unusual
to go forward.
Oh, for sure. It's really unusual, I think, for a junior exploration team to have that kind of structure earlier on. And how does that inform the way that you go about doing your exploration, say? Because you're going to have one eye on, well, if we can piece this together, to bring this together as an operation which we can build and we can operate, you have a sense of where you're going to put things. Where could plant be? Where could tailings be? Where could, do you know what I mean?
Yes, that's the idea. I mean, we are in a very short, in a very preliminary stage in most of the projects, but La Romana, for example, is quite more advanced. So we have done all the metallurgy, preliminary process design, it's done. We have done a lot of environmental work. We are doing a lot of social work. That's also a very important part of this. So we are engaging with the authorities, with the village, with the people, with the communities in all senses, because we try to show that we are responsible, we are transparent, we are doing things well. We want to do things well, and we want to be seen as that. And we are doing a lot of work, because altogether has to go into a final package. If you only have the resources, you are not going to build a mine if you are not working in the rest. So we have it clear, and we work on that.
You also need people. How's the attitude in Spain? Like we talk, the past few years talked about migration of youth away from Spain because the jobs weren't there, and has that changed?
In the areas we are working, in mining areas, I think that most of young people know that their parents, their grandparents work in mines, and they have a good salaries, good situation, and there was wealth coming from mining. So I think that they are aware that this is good, and
the pay is good.
Yeah,
it's attractive.
It's true, and we are really, we feel that there is a feeling in mining areas. There's a feeling that people want the mines to come back.
Right. Now, got to talk about recent events in Spain. Energy, outages, blackouts. What happened?
Before, if you don't mind, I would like, we didn't talk about La Pantoja, which is...
Sorry, yes,
our last,
let's do that. But we are coming back to energy.
Which is really, really important.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will come back to energy. La Pantoja, it's published in our last press release. It was released yesterday.
Yes.
So we have discovered western of La Romana. We are expanding La Romana. We have reached 1.7 kilometers in strike, which is incredibly good. And every drill we do, it continues. So we still don't know where it's finishing, but we have found some 500 meters or less western of the end of La Romana, another similar thing. For the moment, it's just a couple of drill holes, but we have cut 1.5 copper.
Which is exceptional.
We have cut tin in some I think it was 6 meters over 0.1% tin, which is very, very good. And it's showing that it can be a mineralization quite similar to La Romana, but in lower level. So we still don't know. We have to do more work to define if it's a continuation, it's a new body similar to what we have on La Romana. But there is something there. It's really exciting and
Look, you're putting down all these holes, and that's money, right? So when it comes back to we talked about earlier, this decision making around where do you put the stuff, where's the best use of capital, what's going to get the best reaction in the marketplace, because you're getting the grades. I mean, 1.5, that's like 4 times the world average at the moment. You know, these are good grades. But you're also doing the same thing in the north. You know, with the gold and the copper up there, you're getting good grades. I know, a nice position to be in, I guess, spoiled for choice. But you're going to have to, I guess, what do you think you need to show the market, say to the market, get them to realize what's going on here in Spain with you guys? Because, like I said, you will need to raise capital, because that's the name of the game in Expiration. Raise money, we've got to drill some more. We'll give you some good results, hopefully you'll reward us, right? So this is another new problem you've got.
It's difficult. You know, there is something that has been in discussion many times, internally and externally, with everybody who is coming to talk to us, which is to publish a resource, a maiden resource. We haven't published that yet for La Romana. And why not? In our decision, in our strategy, is because we want La Romana to be well defined, to know the extension we have, and to be solid and to say, okay, this is what we have, not starting here and then expanding. It has been our strategy. Is it the right one? You never know, but we still raise money. We still get people interested in our story. So I think we're not doing
you get
bad.
support. The register's really nice. It's great, but you want to be taking advantage of market sentiment when it's there, or driving market sentiment because the grades are good. Or as you say, I think gold companies have been rewarded by maybe downsizing and starting a bit smaller and then building out the life of, from cash flow rather than raising dilutive money. So I don't know if copper is quite there yet. Who knows?
Well,
it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't have the answer. I don't think anyone has the answer.
Me too. I don't have it either. And I tell you, that has been our strategy. We believe it's not going bad, even if it's true that the share price probably, if we publish a maiden resource with good values,
might do something.
It
might not
go up, but may not.
Yeah. So just focus on this. But there's a point at which if you can show enough scale or show enough potential, because you've done also some meaningful step outs like you seem to have done with yesterday's release, that maybe the market gives you credit for the potential down the line. But give me a number today so I can get a sense of what we're looking at. Those are your choices for this year. Good luck. Because it's a tough one, because it's come off the back of 3-4 years of very hard markets for junior exploration, but you keep hitting the grades. You keep the success with the drill bit is good. The targeting is good. So it's got to help for sure. But one thing I haven't discussed with you today is what's going on at the we're here at the OnetoOne Conference, by the way, so people listening why we're meeting. A bit busier than last year, a bit better investor profile. So is that what you're saying?
Well, in our case, I would say we are fully booked. I mean, we have had, yesterday we had something like 14, 15 different interviews.
Oh, gosh. Right.
We are planning something like that for today.
Yeah.
So I think people has an interest in PanGlobal. We are happy with that.
Brilliant.
It's been really busy. Even we have been dealing with people at lunchtime. So
yeah,
that's good. We are here for that, and
perfect.
We are happy with that. Yeah.
It's good. It was nice to see the interest kind of coming back, and it kind of seems to be the sentiment we are hearing from the other groups that we're seeing is it feels like retail's just a little bit more confident. I don't know if that's a US-China trade tariff thing. People a little bit, oh, we've got a sense of what's going on, but also I think the metals market has it's been shaken up in the last year, and that's nice to see. Yeah. Nice to see for gold, nice to see for copper for sure. Energy. Help me out, because we don't kind of get the full version, in international press. So in Spain, what was happening? There were some blackouts caused by what?
Yeah, there was one blackout.
One, okay.
It was a terrible day because nobody knew what was happening.
Yeah.
All the power went off in all Spain.
The whole of Spain.
All the Spain
wow.
mainland. I mean, not in the islands because they are independent, but
yeah.
Apparently, and the best explanation we have is that the excess of solar power, wind power, so
not
synchronous.
Which is about 50% in Spain, something like this. Normally.
No, I think it was in some points up to 80% of the power was fed by renewable, and that's why, because the difference between the synchronous power, which is coming from stable nuclear power or gas or centrals, was not able to cope with the fluctuations induced by the other energies. And that's why. That's the explanation.
Okay.
So in the mix, you always need to have some stable production that keeps the frequency and keeps everything in the right interval. If you start to put different things which are making fluctuations, if the fluctuation is too high, it gets out of the limits and everything blows out. That's the explanation we have, and it seems it was like that.
The joys of a nascent industry like renewables, in terms of the storage and the infrastructures.
I think that we are doing, we in general in the world, we are doing a lot of things to, of course, to save fossil or other energies to go for renewable, which is very good, green energies, but the technical things are not that easy, and you have to do it carefully.
Okay, well, I guess what we're getting to at the end of that, there's no concerns going forward in the future about your own energy supply requirements.
No, it's not a problem. It was not a problem of lack of supply.
Yeah,
it was a problem of this thing. So I guess they are now trying to keep things into the right limits to avoid happening again.
Okay.
But no risk of lack of energy. That's seems clear.
Got to ask. We're experiencing a few things. Our trains went kaput yesterday, and four tube stations down today, 4 tube lines down today. So what have we got to look forward from? You've got assays coming up, by the sounds of it. When are they due? You've got various assays coming back to you?
I don't know, probably end of May or beginning of June. Yeah.
Next few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, and after this, what are we looking to? Decision making around where you're allocating your 2 joules?
No, we are continuing. We will continue with La Romana. That's our idea, because we want to, in any case, we want to produce a Maiden resource this year. That's clear. So we have to continue to try to complete the definition of the ore body. Yeah. We will wait for these results in Cármenes to see where we want to continue. We are continuing with Bravo also to define all our campaign and define the target. And we had, in our plan, the idea was to test 5 to 7 different targets this year.
Yeah.
To be able to find new things, like we did in La Pantoja, which is a great news. So that's the idea for the coming, let's say, 2 or 3 months, and then working in the Maiden resource, working in a PEA for La Romana after that, that we will start.
That would be next year, the PEA?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay.
We will start, but probably it will be due for.
Okay, so we're starting to get commercial now.
So it's an advance and.
Fantastic.
La Romana for us is clearly in the way to be a mine.
Okay.
We have it clear. Smaller or bigger, but
it will be a mine.
It could be with their own standalone or supplying a different plant, like with the plant we will have in Los Frailes, 5 kilometers away, or in Las Cruces, which is 15, 16 kilometers away. So there are options that we are.
But they come together at some point.
We need to work on, but we have a lot of options open, and we think it's going to be a mine in any case.
Well, good to see you. Good to see you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. It's lovely to see you, and I'm glad things are busy around here. You can't see it due to that guy over there, keeping them busy. So look, we'll see you again soon, and keep doing what you're doing. It's good news.
Thank you very much.